you and who all are in my session. That will be good. People are still joining us, so we'll just wait for 5 more minutes and then I'll start the session. Meanwhile, if anyone wants to talk to me, they can switch on the camera, and if they have any questions or anything, you are welcome to ask me anything. Meanwhile, I'll just open a poll question regarding the things that we have asked you for the session. You can choose your options. Like if you have all the materials, there were not very like huge amount of things that we have asked for this session, but if you can just say yes, no, or the third option that we did not receive the material list, that will be good for us. Meanwhile, we are just waiting for others to join. Whosoever have joined us on the YouTube, uh, you are welcome. Uh, for if you like, if you have got the messages or like if you have seen our message on the YouTube that uh, about our today's session, so you can say yes or no if you have the material that we have asked for. If you have material, you can just write yes or no on the chat box for the YouTube people who are joining us. So in just 2 minutes, we'll start the session. We are just waiting for others to come. If you can just switch on your cameras so that I can see you, whosoever have joined us on the Zoom. We still have 2 minutes. We are just waiting for others to join. Okay, so we'll just start our session. I'm keeping the poll question open for 1 more minute. If you have the material with you, you can say yes. If you don't have material, you can just choose the option no. Okay, nice. Great. So welcome all of you. My name is Vikram. I think you remembered me from my previous sessions. So in the today's session, I'll be discussing about biodiversity, uh, the things that are around us. And before starting the session, I would like to share the pictures of our previous session. Previous session was by Shilpa Didi. So in the previous session, you have learned about multiplication, and you have used a different tool which is called Napier rods, and this system was used before there were calculators. So a lot of students, they have shared their picture with us, Mostly there is only one school who is sending their pictures to us. I think Telangana is doing well, and they are the only schools that they are sending the pictures to us. So we are very thankful to all of you that you are sending the pictures, and it will be very good for us also if you can just share your work with us and solve the workshop sheets that we have sent you, and please share the picture with us also of those work. Okay, so I can see there is one school who has just opened their camera. Thank you very much, KGBVMBNR. Hello, KGBVMBR. Can you see me? MBNR Urban. There are only 3 kids. Okay. So let's start the session. So these are the picture of hello, hello, hello. Thank you very much for waving at me. You are the only one who has just opened the camera. So I will share my work by watching you only. Thank you. So so these are few pictures that Shilpa Didi had shared. So KGBV, ET, Itikala, Gadwal district, Telangana, Loheshwaram. So these are the schools from Telangana who have shared picture with us, and we are thankful for you. So in the today's session, what we will going to learn, we will going to understand about biodiversity, uh, interrelationship between different species, and what we can do to save the biodiversity that exists around us. So these are the 3 things that we will going to learn in the today's session. So before that, I will going to share a little bit of the work that I do. So as you can see in the screen, so I have a small museum with me. Like I collect a lot of things. I can just share some of the specimens that I have in a while. So I love insects and biodiversity also, and I love to collect. I don't know whether you have a collection or not, or if you like insects or not, but see, so this is the collection that I have, and I love to collect different insects. I love to collect these kind of uh, snail shells. So these are nests, but these wasp nests that I collect, and so yeah, so these are the you might have seen this kind of nests around you. And I also collect different kind of birds nests. So today I'll be sharing uh, different stories about all these things that I have collected so far, and some of you might not like insects, but I hope by the end of this session, you might get to know a few things about insects and different things that exist around us. So, how many of you have a collection that I like? How many of you have collected different insects that we have shared in the message box? Like, have you any? Have you have insects with you? Dead insects? Okay, great, nice. Nice. So before starting the session, I would like to ask a very simple question from all of you. Uh, okay, just yeah, launch. So, as you can see in your screens, you might have heard that there are different organisms on our Earth. So, according to you, there are different groups also. Like we are mammals. There are birds. There are reptiles. There are amphibians. There are fishes. So, what do you think? Which group has the maximum number of species in it? You can choose if you think that birds have different, like most number of species, or mammals have, or insects has, or amphibians has. You can uh, choose your option. What do you think? Like, do you think birds have lot of species, or insects, or mammals, or fishes? Oh my God, a lot of you are choosing the right option, and I'm very happy. Out of I think seven, out of six, five has chosen the right option. I'll just wait for a few minutes. Not for a few minutes, for a few seconds only. Okay, so I'll end the poll. Okay, so the right answer to this question is insects. So an insect is a group which has the most number of described species so far by we humans. I think there are around 70 to 80% all the animals on this planet, if we take them all together, 70 to 80% are just insects. So there are huge amount of insect diversity that exist around us, but we usually don't talk about insects. We only talk about mammals, birds, or maybe at some time we talk about butterflies. So there are like amazing diversity of insect around us. As you can also see, uh, through so this was the question that I asked. If you joined us through the YouTube, you can choose your answer by A, B, C, D, E. Like I have already gave the answer, and someone from the YouTube, they have also uh, shared the right answer, that insects are the most diverse. As you can also see from this graph, so the upper line, the big line, is for the all the groups that exist around us, and the second one is for the insects. You can see there is a huge diversity of insects. Then it's come mollusks. The mollusks are these kind of shells, the snails. They comes under mollusks, and their fishes, reptiles, amphibians. So you can see insects has most number of uh, species. So if I can ask you, uh, what is an insect? Like if you can just if you see anything, then how do you say it's an insect or something else? So insect's body can divide into three parts. I can just show you uh, this insect, this cute little insect. I will show you. So as you can see, this insect body, we can divide its body into three parts. I'm not going to cut it through this scissor, but there is a head part over here. There is a second part here, and there is a third part here. The front part is called head. This middle part is called thorax, and this long part is called abdomen. And also, you can see the body is divided into three parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. All insects have six legs. As you can clearly see here, this insect has six legs and two antennas. There are a lot of insects that have wings. This insects also have wings. I will also show you one more insect that have wings. So this is a so so these are the characteristics of insects. As you can see here also. Uh, so you can see that clearly they have wings also. And if I can just take it out, uh, you can also see that these insects have six legs, wings, and body can divide into three parts. So all the insects that you have collected so far, or whatever things that you have collected, you can see if they have six legs, they have wings, they have antennas, then that thing is definitely a insect. Okay. So moving ahead, I'll just again ask you a question. I have just shared about what insects are. So can you tell me, is spider an insect? What do you think? Is spider a insect or not? You can read the questions, or on the YouTube, you can just say yes or no, or if you know the reasons, you can write the reasons. Is spider an insect? Wow. Do you think it's small? Then it can be an insect. Okay. Someone are saying that it has 8 legs. That's correct. And they are saying it runs very fast. That's why it is called insect. Mhm. Okay. I'm just waiting for the poll question on the Zoom. Poll answers. So, spiders, they are not at all insects. First reason is they have 8 legs. As you can see here in the picture also, spiders have 8 legs. So, the definition which I just shared with you, insects have 6 legs. Spiders have 8 legs. So you can, if you just can count the legs, you can clearly say that spiders are not at all insects. They are in a different group. Okay. So these are not spiders. Okay. So you might have collected these kind of leaves around your home that I have just shared in the message. Have you done that? Wow, great. I'll just pin you. Just a second. I will. Okay. Wow. Amazing. Wow. Can you just show your leaf again? Okay. So the the leaf which has a C kind of thing, that, like, as you can see, I will also share one of the leaf. The I have also collected it. I don't know where I have kept it. Mm, okay. So as you can see from the picture, there are these kind of leaves have a C kind of thing, like they are cut in the shape of C. You can also see in your leaf if they have C shape cutting on the leaf. Are there any? Yes. No. Check your leaves and see if you have C shape cuts. C shape. Clearly C shape cuts. There are a few leaves that I have just. Yeah, you have those leaves. Observe them clearly. You can. No, no, no. These are not C shape. No, these are not C shape. देखो इस तरफ देखो पड़ा है कहीं पे नहीं. Okay. No. So like that's okay if you can like you can see your surroundings also. So the leaves that have been cut in the shape of C, uh, it's done by a very tiny and very small fly. Sorry, a small bee. As you can, I'm just starting a video. You can see there is a small bee. It's called leaf cutter bee. See, I'll just start the video again, and you can see again what this bee is doing. So this bee is taking these small leaves. Wow. So these kind of bees are called leaf cutter bees. So these are very common in cities. And uh, what this bee will do after taking these leaves? This bee will make these kind of tiny little nests. I will show you one of the nest that I have collected. Uh, yeah. So as you can see, in this little tube, I have collected uh, these. You can see these are this kind of nests are built by those bees. It is called leaf cutter bee. What this bee will do, you can see it's like a cigar, small cigar, and there is a little opening. There is a little opening here. है ना? So what this bee do, this small little bee cuts all these small little leaves, and wherever this little bee find a hole, it will keep adding the leaves, and this small little bee will going to lay one egg and close it. You know? So we have, like, we know that bees can make these kind of nests, but there are a lot of bees that don't make these kind of nests. These kind of bees are known as solitary bees. So these kind of bees, they make small nests, that one I have shown you. So if you have, I will just show you one more slide. If you have eggplant around you, if you have potato plant, or if you have capsicum plant around your home, so this specific bee will definitely be there, because this solitary bee which I've just mentioned, known as leaf cutter bee, this bee will going to pollinate only these kind of small flowers. So if you want to see these kind of nests, you can definitely going to plant all these different varieties of plants around your homes. So if you have these kind of plants around your home, then this kind of bee will definitely be there, and this bee will going to make different kind of homes around you. So at the end of the session, I will let you know how you can make home for these kind of bees that I have just shown you. Okay. At the end of the session, I will let you know how you can make homes for these kind of bees. Okay. So moving ahead, uh, I will. So this is a question that I will ask in the poll also. Okay. So I have put spiders and a bird nest, and what do you think why I have placed a spider along with a bird nest? Do you think is there any relationship between a spider web and a bird nest? These are the options that you have. Do you think, if you think that spiders are very good food for the birds, or spiders are very good source of food for the newly hatched chicks, or you if you think spider silk is used by many birds to build their nest, whatever you can, you have whatever you think, right? You can choose the option. Meanwhile, I'll just collect my specimens for you. Wow. Out of four schools, all of them have just answered the right, picked the right answer. Okay. So what happened is there are a lot of birds around us. There are a lot of birds around us. Uh, when they start building their nest, one thing uh, that they collect for the first time is not twigs or small branches or leaves. Those birds, they first thing that they collect is spider web, because birds, they need some kind of base material on which they can put the twigs. So birds they don't have fevicol or they don't have any other thing. So what those birds do, they collect the spider web and they just put spider web on the place where they are going to build their nest. Suppose this is the small twig. So first thing that the bird will collect is not small twigs. They will collect the spider web and they will put all the spider web here, and after that they will start making their nests. So you can clearly see here. So there is a small nest in my hand. Okay, I will just show you here also. So this is a nest. So you can see that this nest is the white color thing here. This is a spider web, right? As you can also see, the whole nest is covered in a spider web. So birds, they collect spider web. So this is one more nest. You can see here, it's a nest, and from here, it is held by the spider web. So this is a very beautiful nest, and this bird has also choose the uh, spider web to build their nest. So I will show you one of the video. You can clearly see here in the video. Yeah. You can see this is a small bird. So you can see the bird mouth is totally covered in the spider web, and the whole nest is also white in color. This clearly shows that this bird is collecting the spider web and making its, see, see, this bird has just collected the spider web, and this bird is just coiling all the spider web around its nest. So spider webs are very, very important thing for the birds to make their nests. Okay. See? So these are very important things. Wow. Have you ever seen uh, any bird like bringing the spider web and making their nest around your home? Have you ever seen this kind of thing? Okay. Next time, if you uh, if you see any spider and before killing that spider, remember spider web is very important for birds to make their nests. Okay. Moving ahead, how many of you love watching birds? Do you love birds? Oh, wow. Okay. So this question is again for you. Okay. This is the last question. Okay. So do you think is there any relationship between a snail shell and a bird egg? If you think yes, there is a relationship, what relationship that could be? A relationship between a snail shell and a, I'm just keeping the, so these are the two things that I have just kept. Do you think is there any relationship between a snail shell and a bird's egg? Is there any relationship? Okay. Snails are, okay, great. So there is a very, very, close relationship between these two things. So if you can just see closely, or if you love chemistry, then you can clearly say that these two things are made up of by the same material. This snail shell has lot of calcium in it, and the shell of this bird is also made up of calcium. So when birds they are in their period of laying eggs, birds they need more calcium. And have you ever seen any bird going to the chemist shop and asking for calcium sandos because they want to lay their eggs and they want extra calcium. Birds, they don't do all these kind of things. So what birds do, they deliberately go in their surrounding and they collect small and these kind of uh, snail shells, and they break those snail shells, and birds, they eat snail shells because they need calcium, and this is a very good source of calcium. So when this snail shell enters in their body, this whole snail shell, the body, it digests all the snail shell, and later on, when bird is going to lay their egg, this calcium is used for making its covering. The hard shell it is used to make the hard shell. So there is a huge relationship between a snail shell and a bird egg. So there is a very beautiful finding by a lot of scientists. So what those scientists were watching, they were documenting different birds around a specific area. And they were doing that documentation for a very long period of time. But at specific time period, what they have observed that the bird population has declined a lot. So they were not able to find what was the reason. So they find later on, they find out that there are few factories that have been set up around around those forest where they were documenting the bird. And those factories, the chemicals that they are the chemical that is coming out from those factories, it enters into the soil and it makes the soil very acidic. So if you just put this snail shell into the vinegar or in any acidic material, you will see this whole snail shell is going to dissolve. This snail shell dissolve very easily. So what happened in that soil? The snail shell, it dissolves. So birds were not getting enough calcium in the form of snail shells. So there, scientists have found that birds, they were not able to make their eggs properly, or the shell of that bird was the egg, the shell of that egg was not very hard. So eventually, the population declines because birds were not getting enough calcium. So there is a very uh, important role of snail shells in the birds population. So next time, whenever you see any uh, snail around your home, uh, say thanks to that snail, because of that snail, birds are able to lay their eggs. Okay, moving ahead. I have just asked you to bring some lentils or dal from your kitchen area, and if uh, that dal have these small, so as you can see, I have a rice here. This rice is from Kerala, and it has tiny little insect inside them. Do you have lentils with you? Any rice or dal? Have you brought it? If not, then it's not a very big problem. Whenever you go to your kitchen next time, you can see in a closed packet, like if you have a packet which is not open, even in those packet, you will see there are tiny little insects in them. Have you ever wondered, the packet is totally closed, so from where those little insects entered into that packet? Have you ever wondered? Because the packet is totally closed and there is no space for the insects to come inside. So what happened? So there are a lot of different species of insects that are dependent on the things that we are storing from the very long age. Like we are storing our food, right? So insects, they have learned to live with us humans. Like they are evolved to live with us. So now because we are collecting all the seeds in the form of dal, rice, lentils, different kind of thing. So what happened with insects? They want to lay their eggs somewhere, and these rice grains are very good source of food for insects' eggs. So what insects do? They just lay their eggs here only, and after that, they also, when they hatch, they want to mate with some other insects. So if they have food here, they have mating partner also. So what happened with insects is that they start living with humans only. So uh, if suppose there is a so I don't know, this time of the year people are taking out the rice. I think they are taking out the rice from the field. So what happened, in those rice fields, insects will lay their egg, and in the very tiny eggs they will lay. And when people will pack those rice, there are small eggs inside it already. And when we bring that packet of rice or dal in our home, those insects will hatch, and you can clearly see small tiny insects inside those packets. These insects are not harmful. You can just wash them, and you can use the rice. So you can see very clearly that biodiversity or diversity around us, you can even find it within our kitchen also. So it's a very good exercise. Like if you have different kind of lentils in your kitchen, you can regularly check those boxes, and you can see if there are insects in those little in those packets or not. And you can also see if those insects are of same type or different type. You can do different kind of experiments. So suppose I have these small insects eating rice. So next time I will take those insects and put them in another small vial and feed them different lentils and check if these insects eat only rice or something else. So it's a very great observation that you can see within your kitchen also. Okay. Okay. Moving ahead, I have okay. Have you ever seen these kind of things on the leaves? Or I will show you. There are small markings on the leaf. These kind of like patches. It seems that like something happened to the leaves, right? So these are small pimples, you can say. I will show you these kind of things. Or even at times you can see these kind of things on the stems or branches of big trees. Have you ever seen these kind of things on the leaves? So these are very common around us. Like, have you ever wondered who made this and what are these kind of things? Have you ever seen? So next time when you roam around your school or when you are around your home, uh, you can you can take a look what these things are. So what these things are, they are known as galls, GALLS. So there are different types of tiny little insects, viruses, bacteria. What they do, they make all these kind of things. So what happen? Suppose if there any is there an insect, I will just show you one of the picture here in the next slide. So see, I'm just showing you a close up of this thing. I'm just showing you the close up of this tiny little round thing uh, here. So you can see there are tiny little green, blue things in each of the hole. See? So what happened? So insects, they want to lay their eggs, and they want to find a space or a place where whenever the eggs hatch, the newly hatched babies, they have food, shelter, and they have something to eat. So what those insects do, they lay their eggs in the newly growing branches. So all of these things were uh, so the plant insects, what they do, they lay a lot of eggs in the newly growing branch. And what happen when eggs hatch, they secrete the chemical which uh, forces the plants to kill some of their cells. The plant kills some of its cells, and because of that, these kind of structures get formed. So all of these structures are only the plant parts. Okay, so these are the plant parts only. Nothing bad happened to the plant. It's just a normal thing. So what happened? Uh, the insects is start growing within this specific area only. They will not going to enter into whole of the plant. So through this, plant also get protected. And what insects eggs they are getting water, they are getting food, and they are also getting protection. Like no one can see inside what's happening here, and it's very hard. So insects, they start growing slowly, 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 as you can see in this picture. And when they grow permanently, they just come out of it very easily and fly away. So this is a very, very easy method of insects laying their eggs in a very protective space. So what I will do, I'll try to show you in the screen. And here only I have this kind of lens. I have this kind of lens. What I'll do, I'll put this gall under the camera, and if you are lucky, or if this thing is working, wow, as you can see clearly, you see these are the tiny, tiny little heads coming out of these small round things. So these are the wasps. The wasps, they are like flies, bees, sorry. They lay their eggs in the plants, and they turn out into galls. And they are very fascinating things to observe. So if next time, whenever you find these kind of things around your home, what you can do, you can just cut them and take out this whole thing and put in a little container like this box, you know. So what you can do, you can, I'll just show in the overhead what you can do if you want to observe. Like suppose this box is empty, what you can do, you can just uh, cut these things and put in the box like this, and you can observe daily if something is coming out from this gall or not. So these gall are very interesting, and there are very little, there is very little information about these galls. So these are very common around us, but we humans don't know who have you know uh, made all these things. So it's a very great activity for teachers or school students to observe different small things around us. You know, it's a very easy thing. You don't have to go and buy something. You just have to cut the things and you can observe very easily. Okay. Okay. Uh, so these are these things are known as galls, right? They are very common. You can clearly uh, see all these things around your home only. Okay, nice. So if you have any question, you can ask me. If you have any question or anything to ask, even on the YouTube, if you have any question or any doubt, you can just raise your hand or you can just write in the chat box. If you have any question that I have mentioned so far, okay. Meanwhile, I'll show you some of the things that I have. This is a different box. It has also insects in it. You can see these are beautiful butterflies. These are beetles. These are very beautiful insects that I have collected from Madhya Pradesh. You know, these are beetles, small insects. You know, they are all very beautiful, and you can also do it once you, if you are really want to know how I have done this, you can just send your queries on our WhatsApp group. I will take a session to to let you know that how to do all these things. These are different kind of bees and wasps and flies around our campus from IIT campus that I have collected. Okay, great. So, coming to the last thing in this session, wow. So you have learned all these things that okay, these insects do this kind of thing, that kind of thing. But what you can do, like suppose, uh, if you want to observe all the insects without going into the jungle, if you don't have jungle around your home, how can you observe these tiny insects around your home? Or how can you help to preserve all these tiny insects or biodiversity around home? It's very easy. You know, what you have to do, you just have to collect few of the plastic bottles and these kind of, cardboard round things, and what you have to do, you have to take this kind of small twigs, small big twigs. I will just show you on the overhead. See, so these are the small twigs that I have collected. What you have to do, I will just show you a PPT. Okay. What you have to do, you have to make this kind of thing with the twigs. Okay. Oh yeah, like this. What you have to do, you just have to collect different sizes of twigs. You can collect the bamboos also because they already have holes inside it. And what you have to do, you just have to put all these, you know, branches inside it. You can just, I have just collected 5 and 6 branches only. You can fill it properly. Or what you can do, if you don't have this kind of cardboard box, you can just, you know, cut a bottle like this, put all your twigs like this. You can just fill the empty spaces with different sizes of twigs. Okay. And you can just uh, rope a thread here and put it on the tree like this. You can just put the, you can just, instead of this cup, you can just tie all of this thing over a tree only. Okay. You can make different shapes of, you can make different shapes of uh these big, you can make this bottle as a big bottle. You can choose big bottles, small bottles, different shapes of twigs. So what will happen in the initial slide, what I have shown you, like this. I have shown you this video. See, so these kind of bees, they make their home inside these kind of twigs. Inside these kind of twigs. So if you have like these twigs, or if you have bamboo shoots, bamboo has hollow thing inside it. So these kind of flies, they used to make their nests inside these kind of tiny little twigs. Okay, branches. So some of the bees, they dig into and make a hole, and they will start going to make their nest. But if you have some bamboo nest or bamboo sticks also, so these kind of flies that I've just shown you can see here, so they will make nest inside these kind of small holes. So it is very important, or it's very easy thing that you can make uh, this kind of structure very easily for the bees. So this whole structure is known as bee hotel. Okay, you can call it bee hotel or whatever name that you want to give, but it's very easy to make. You can see here, these are bamboo sticks. They have already small holes. Okay. So you can make this kind of structure very easily, and you can, put them around your home. It's very easy and very simple exercise. And what is the very best time period to observe these kind of bees is summer season. When summer season starts, different kind of bees will come and they will start laying their eggs inside these branches. Okay, and it's a very beautiful exercise. Very, you will going to love around different bees. And these bees, they don't even have stings. Like, they have stings, but they don't sting to humans. Never ever. They don't. They don't. They don't have they don't fear from humans, so it's very easy to observe them around your school and easy to make bee hotels. Okay, so even in my the thing that I have mentioned in the like, after the session you will get things to do for your homework. So in that homework I have uh, uh, sh- uh, make you to make, like, I have uh, uh, ask a question to make your own bee hotel. So share your picture with us and make bee hotel. Okay. Have you ever seen any kind of bee hotel around your school or wherever you are living? Have you ever seen any kind of uh, bee hotel? Never ever. Okay, no problem. So what I will show you what kind of bees comes uh, in these kind of homes. Okay, see, uh, go ahead. Okay, so these kind of small, like these three. These are the bees that make their homes in these kind of uh, nests. Okay. So you can also make this kind of structure also with pipes. They will going to build their uh, nest within these things also. Okay, so it's very easy to uh, observe and see different kind of biodiversity around us, and it's very very easy and very helpful to even and for teachers or for the students to observe. Okay. Do you have any questions? We still have 5-6 minutes to end our session. If you have any questions, you can ask. You can write in the chat box. Uh, if you have any questions, or I will show you some of the things that I have in the museum uh, in 5 minutes. Before that, if you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, so here is the museum that I have collected. Okay, I will these are, there are two boxes actually. So these all overhead. Okay. So you can see these are wasps. There are yellow little wasps that roam around us. You know? So these are very beautiful. All of these are beetles. You know? These are beetles. So why I have called the beetles? So this is one of the beetle. So you can see the here in the case of butterflies, you can see their wings very easily, very clearly. You can see the wings, but in this box, you can't see any wing, because what happened in this case of insect, this type of insects, they have their wings inside a hard covering. So you can see below there are wings, but above that there are hard covering. So these kind of insects are known as beetles. You might have seen some of the beetles, they collect the dung. I don't know if you have seen or not. There are a lot of beetles who collect the dung and make round kind of things. So these kind of things, beetles make these rolled dungs and they lay their eggs inside these kind of dungs. Okay, they are very important. Dung beetles are very important. Maybe in future I will let you know about what dung beetles do and how what they do or not. Okay, so these are the dung beetles. These two healthy ones. Oh, so you have any question? Okay. You can unmute yourself. Your voice is not clear.
Sir, how do you preserve those insects?
Wow, it's a very good question. So, what happened to insects? If you look them closely, uh, insects like us, we have our bones inside our body, right? Around it, it's a flesh. But insects, they have exoskeleton. So the skeleton system is outside their body. So, like here, in this beetle, you can see the whole of the thing that is around the insect, it is made up of protein, which is very similar to the protein that exists in our nails and in our hairs. Okay, and it's very hard. It's very hard. Protein is very hard. It take lot of year to uh, dissolve or decompose. So we don't need anything to preserve them because they are very hard creatures. Like insects are very hard. Okay, but you just keep them in the box and forget it. Like you just have to keep them in a. You can keep. You have to keep that away from the moisture only. Okay.
Sir, for how many days we can preserve those insects?
Oh, okay. So we humans have specimens, 200 old year specimens, 200-year-old specimens. Yeah. There are a lot of insects that we have collected. Not I have collected, but there are different museums. They have you heard about Darwin?
No, sir.
No. In their book, like I don't know whether they have removed it or not, but Darwin is he's a person who collects different insects. So he was alive, I think, around 200 years ago. So we still have those specimens with us. So we can keep those insects like for 2 or 300 years. Okay, good
Sir,
question. Huh.
we have to change the boxes or we can keep them like that only.
You can keep in the same box. I will show you one of my box. Uh, I'll show you how I keep my insects. So I have these tiny little plastic boxes, and here I just put the cotton and I collect the insect and I put them in this box only. And I think this is a cicada. It's an insect and it is I think around 3 or 4 years old. I have collected 4 years ago and nothing has happened to this. Okay. So it's very easy to preserve them. What's your name?
Shahana.
Shahana. Thank you, Shahana. Do you have any question?
No, sir.
No?
Sir,
Thank you.
how do you kill those insects?
Oh, so I haven't killed these insects. I found them already in the uh, like they were already died. So I collect all these insects around my campus, and what happen is like usually I go around during the night period, night time, and I see a lot of recently even today I just collect this wasp. I'll show you in the overhead. So I just collected this wasp. It was already dead, lying around my lab. So I just collected it and I like it's the scientific process. You just add pin. So this is a small pin. It's a scientific process. So just you can collect the dead insects. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. The session
Welcome.
was so interesting.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anyone has any question? Anybody else have questions? Okay. So we are about to end this session and uh, so I have just mentioned in the question that you have to make a bee hotel. So I think it's very easy to make a bee hotel. So share your picture with us and you will not going to see any bee within few days, but whenever you see any bee, please share your picture with us also while bee is entering or coming out of this bee hotel. Okay. I hope you liked the session and enjoyed. I think you might whosoever is have any fears with insect, and I think after this session, you might like insect or you might like, but I think insects are very beautiful. You just start observing them around your home and be careful around observing the biodiversity. It's very beautiful. and go around your school campus, see different things, share picture with us. Okay. Nice. Okay. So bye bye and take care. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.